Hello, I'm Laura Marshall.
And I'm Melinda Rose, and this is Light Matters for July 17th, 2013.
On today's show, a crystal-based data storage method might outlast the human race. A collaboration applies a laser imaging technique for melanoma to art. NASA tests technology that could dramatically speed spacecraft communications, and an enterprising student devises a body heat-activated flashlight.
They say diamonds are forever, but data stored in nanostructured glass could last more than 1 million years, or virtually forever, says a team at the University of Southampton's Optoelectronics Research Center. They demonstrated the recording and retrieval of 300 kilobytes of 5-dimensional digital data by femtosecond laser writing. The storage allows for a disk capacity of 360 terabytes of data, thermal stability of up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, and a practically unlimited lifetime. Dubbed the Superman memory crystal, as the glass has been compared to the memory crystals used in Superman films, the data is recorded via self-assembled nanostructures created in fused quartz, which is able to store vast quantities of data stably for eons. A paper on the work was presented at the Conference on Lasers and Electro-Optics, CLEO 2013, in San Jose last month. The team is now looking for industry partners to commercialize the technology, which was created under the EU project Femtoprint.
Lasers that reveal secret dangers beneath the skin could also reveal secrets about some centuries-old works of art. The North Carolina Museum of Art's Conservation Department is collaborating with Duke University's Center for Molecular and Biomolecular Imaging. The partnership involves the use of 2 lasers in art research, a new non-destructive pump probe laser and an erbium YAG laser cleaning tool. Pump probe laser imaging is a technique originally designed by Duke's Dr. Warren S. Warren for melanoma diagnoses. When applied to art, the technology allows art conservators to better recognize the paint or other material used when the piece was created. Paint pigments carry distinct molecular signatures. Warren posited that, just as with skin lesions, yellowed varnish in paint layers could be non-invasively imaged by laser to distinguish original paint layers from those added during restoration. The pump probe laser is first being used on a 14th century painting of the Crucifixion. They hope the laser system may eventually identify the paint pigments and layering techniques used and also help confirm whether the painting was originally part of an altarpiece at the Vatican. Pump probe analysis may also provide insight into art history by revealing where pigments in a particular piece came from and helping authenticate the art, as laser analysis can distinguish a synthetic pigment from a natural one. Art conservators at the museum have also been working with Duke scientists to use lasers in art cleaning projects. Conservators have the opportunity to train with Duke's Dr. Adele de Cruz, who invented the technique of combining erbium YAG lasers and art. The erbium YAG laser, often referred to as a laser scalpel, allows art conservators to remove old, degraded varnish coatings with a high degree of control and precision. The knowledge gained from imaging art will be useful later at Duke in identifying different biological tissues.
NASA will use the International Space Station to test a new technology that could dramatically improve spacecraft communications, enhance commercial missions, and strengthen transmission of scientific data. The Optical Payload for Lasercomm Science, or OPALS, is an optical technology demonstration experiment built at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. It could improve NASA's data rates for communications with future spacecraft by a factor of 10 to 100. OPALS recently arrived at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida and is scheduled to launch to the space station later this year. OPALS will be mounted on the outside of the space station and communicate with a ground station in Wrightwood, California, near Los Angeles. A systems engineer on the project likened its complexity to aiming a laser pointer continuously for 2 minutes at a dot the diameter of a human hair from 30 feet away while you're walking. OPALS is slated to fly on the SpaceX Dragon commercial resupply capsule in late 2013 aboard the Falcon 9 rocket.
That's it for this edition of Light Matters, the Photonics Industry's only weekly newscast.
As always, you can write to us with your questions or comments at lightmatters@photonics.com.
We leave you today with a clip of 15-year-old Anne Makasinski of British Columbia demonstrating the flashlight she developed that's powered solely by body heat. A version of the flashlight, powered by kinetic energy, won her the Bronze Award at the Canada-wide Science Fair last year, and the new version, powered by the thermoelectric effect, earned her a place in the top 15 of Google Science Fair this year, where she's competing for the grand prize and a $50,000 scholarship.
Go girl power! Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Hi, my name's Anne, and I'm 15 years old. I live in Victoria, BC, Canada, and today I'll be talking about my hollow flashlight. So I became interested in the area of harvesting surplus energy when I realized that humans are a great source of untapped thermal energy. And my objective became to make a flashlight that runs solely on the heat of the human hand. I decided to use some cheap Peltier tiles. If this is the tile and you heat one side of the tile and you cool the other, electricity is produced. In my case, I'd be heating one side of the tile with the palm of my hand and cooling the other with just the ambient air. My first step was finding how much heat per centimeter squared our body radiates. I found this to be around 5 milliwatts, and I needed only 0.5 milliwatts to obtain a good, usable LED brightness. Step 2 was to do a small characterization test of the two different sized Peltier tiles. I found that both tiles produced sufficient energy, but only around a few millivolts. I needed around 2.5 volts. Step 3 was finding a way to boost my voltage. My final circuit had only 4 components. I obtained a good LED brightness with less than a 50 millivolt input and around 50% efficiency. My last step was designing the physical aspect of my flashlight. Because I only needed to heat one side of the Peltier tiles, the heart of my design was a hollow aluminum tube. The air flowed freely through the tube and also cooled the other side of the tiles. My results proved my hypothesis, and I was able to produce around 5 milliwatts of power and 5-foot candles of brightness. I achieved my objective of creating a flashlight that runs solely on the heat of the human hand. So here's my flashlight. I'll just give you a quick demo, and I'll put my hand on top of it and turn off the light. Thank you.